putting everybody else first and making sure you're doing the right thing, obviously being honest. So, the biggest thing that got me to where I am is being honest and working really hard. There's a lot of days that people don't know I worked. There's a lot of nights that people don't know I worked. I stayed up till 4 a.m. I ended up getting really sick because I was drinking so much caffeine and I was working pretty much 14 to 18 hours a day nonstop.
So my question is, with the caffeine, when you was taking the caffeine, did you feel like that was helping your mental state, or was it bringing you down as a man?
Yeah,
you feel like it was getting you past your problems, or you feel like it was coming towards you and making you more like, this ain't what I need to be doing?
Yep, so I'm going to back up a little. So guys, there's a lot of people who want to drink, who want to smoke, who want to take drugs to get away from their problems. Guys, how are you supposed to get away from your problems if you don't face your problems? So think, when you drink, it puts you in an altered state. Obviously, you're going to forget about your problems. Guys, you have to face every problem as they come, and you have to overcome them. That's how you become a man. That's how you get better. Guys, how do you think you run faster? You continue to run. You continue to do the obstacles. So with caffeine, man, I think caffeine's great. I think you can drink as much coffee as you want. Obviously, I wasn't drinking enough water. I was drinking a lot of Monsters. I was drinking 3 to 4 Monsters a day, not drinking enough water. I was working out, and obviously it's not really good for you. So, gotta be careful. Gotta make sure that your kidneys are lubricated. Gotta make sure you're drinking. I'm a big guy. You gotta make sure you drink at least a gallon of water a day.
So, another question is, I'm starting to picture puzzle you now. All right. So, as you growing up as a child, do you feel like your parents mentally sold you correct, or you feel like there was more mental battles that you had to fight behind the scenes without your parents being around you? How did you mentally get over these fights of, I was raised one way, but mentally I had to become a different way to get to where I wanted to be successful in life?
Yeah, for sure.
Was there battles that you had to fight that people wouldn't understand? Was there stories?
Yeah.
So give us a really good, you don't got to go in depth. I will edit it out if you don't want to put in it, etc.
Yeah.
So is there a story that today that you feel like it made you a man? That one event that made you a man? Can you give us a little bit of info on that?
Yeah, I'm going to preface this, guys. There's nothing that I regret in my childhood. Anyone who says, oh, my childhood sucked, I was this, you're not a victim. Guys, you take your childhood, you take what happened to you, and you be thankful, because that's the reason why you are the way you are. So my mother was an alcoholic my whole life. I had to take care of her every single day. My parents got divorced when I was like 7, 8. So we ended up moving to Alabama with my stepdad. He was gone a lot for work, and my mother was obviously an alcoholic. I had to take care of her. So it made me grow up fast. I had to take care of my little brother. I didn't get to see my older brother much. Not his fault. But I didn't get to see my dad much. I love my dad. He was trying to be active as much as he could, but my mother was trying to keep me away from him. So there's a lot more to it, but the biggest thing is I had to grow up fast. I had to become a man and make sure, hey, if my mom's drunk, she's not going to protect the house. My stepdad's away, and I got to step up. So I had to do that from a very young age.
So if you could mentally go back in the day as more mentally stronger than you is now, what would you mentally tell yourself from keeping yourself from crying, from keeping yourself from staying awake at night? Because I know that you probably been long nights where you feel like you're not going hard enough than how you is now. What would be things that you would tell your younger self back in the day, now that you're wisdom and you have acquired what you feel like you have got in life? What would be the things that you would tell your younger self? What would be some things you'd be like, dang, I'm this where I am now, but if I could tell myself when I was younger, what would I tell myself?
It's always going to work out. Don't feel bad for yourself. Obviously, I didn't have a choice. It's always going to work out. The truth always comes out. That's the biggest thing I learned, was the truth always comes out. So there's a lot of things I didn't know about my dad. I thought my dad wasn't a good person. And of course, as I got older, I learned that he was actually my hero instead of being the person, not being the dad I didn't think he was. So, and the biggest thing is, like I said, everything always works out. Always try to be the best kid you can. Don't give in to peer pressure. I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that when I was a kid, really, until I was about 18. That was when I had my first drink. So, really the end of my senior year. So, don't give in to peer pressure. Just because all your friends are doing it doesn't mean you have to. Doesn't matter what car you drive. Guys, I drove a $3,600 car in high school, and now I make more money than probably everybody that I went to high school with. So that's the thing. It doesn't matter what you drive. You don't have to go to college. I'm not saying college is bad, but I didn't go to school. I flunked out, went to 1 year of Jeff State, and don't really count it because, like I said, I flunked out.
So do you feel like, now that you're more mature, that you got older, do you feel like, so now that you have got older, do you feel like when people, now that you got to where you want, do you feel like weed, tobacco, alcohol, etc. is a mind blockage for making your mindset better? Do you feel like if people would not do such a thing, would it push them to be better than what they is now?
Yep.
So alcohol and tobacco is a bad thing. So why do we as adults try to, when somebody's going through a hard time, why do we push alcohol on them?
Because it's an easy fix. In my opinion, it's a weak mindset. It doesn't mean you can't go out every now and then and get drunk. But the problem is, guys, the more you drink, the more you smoke, it does alter your mind. It does kill brain cells. Medically speaking, it kills your organs. Time you smoke anything.
It sounds good, though.
Sound good, bro.
That sounds great. I can't even lie to you.
It sounds good, bro. The biggest thing when you drink, when you smoke weed, the biggest thing to me is not even the getting drunk part, it's running away from your problems. And also, too, it puts you 2 to 3 days back. I don't want to be hungover in the morning. I want to feel good in the morning. I want to get stuff done. So that's the biggest thing, man. Like I said, you can do what you want. You can drink. You can smoke. Like I said, you're unproductive. I've never met a productive person that smokes weed. Never. Not one. So, like I said, they say you're a functioning alcoholic. You're a functioning pothead is what they say. There's no such thing because it alters your mind. For sure.
That's crazy. That's some good things to learn. There's some good things to take in for me and the community that I'm trying to push. So, one more last question, and then we're done with it. We're done. All right. So, did Joe, I'm asking because you do have this beautiful car and whatever. Do you feel like your passion of cars have influenced your mental mindset to get better?
Yeah.
So, do you feel like hobbies are meant to boost your mindset, or you feel like they're more used to hinder it? How do you feel about hobbies and stuff like that?
Here's the thing, if you don't make money, you can't do hobbies. So you don't make a lot of money, you have cheap hobbies, and obviously I want expensive hobbies. I want to be able to do what I want. So the more money I make, the more I can do, the better things I can drive. I plan on getting another car this year. I want to get my next car, I want to get a Lamborghini. So the biggest thing is if you don't put your head down, you don't work hard, you're not going to be able to do things you want. That was the biggest motivator for me, bro, is I can't do what I want if I don't make enough money. And I was tired of not being able to do what I want. I was tired of everybody having this car. And I love my Dodge, but I was like, I want more. I want another car. I want something better.
Gotcha. So that was a really good. So the quote that you said that stuck out me: if I don't work, I can't. What again? If I don't work, if you don't make money,
you have cheap hobbies.
You're gonna have cheap hobbies. That's a nice quote to have. Yeah. And what's your name again? Talk to
my
them.
name's Joey. I'm Joey.chiofalo. I live around here. I live in Vestavia. I come around here a lot with Miles. I don't really show my face too much because I'm usually working, but I like to support my boy Miles. So he's a real one.
Gotcha, man. Yeah. And thank you for actually chipping in, letting us know your mindset, how you get over what you get over. 100%. And this is going to help the people. I'm telling you, I got a good idea.